Good afternoon. The 7th of December 2022, and it's been a week since my return from hospital, the psychiatric hospital, where I had been taken by force, and it's not an idiom only. That's quite literal. Um, Still, I walked on my own legs, only with my hands in, what do you call it? Handcuffs? Or something similar. Anyway, you know the word, like, some criminal. Of course, I'm the innocent person. I hope it will finally break through and become the truth established. Anyway, I wanted to say a few words because there might have been some misunderstanding resulting from my recording in which I say that I was broken. So this is true. This surgeon in hospital broke me. But what does it really mean? Well, it basically disqualifies me as a politician, for example, or as a great leader, because a broken person cannot be one. But I'm still alive. And my personality has not changed. Actually, there are some good outcomes resulting from this period. Of course, I would be much happier not having been in the hospital, but I'm glad I have those little changes I want to introduce in my own individual life. And this is one aspect, the whole, all that connects with this psychiatric and state, criminal state, totalitarian state abuse. And then there's the torture going on, continuing, because what is being done with my body is a torture, obviously, but it goes further than torture. This is devastation. And of course, there's the trauma of all the ill things done to my mom and my dad. So this is a very tough life, but I'm still alive, and I believe that when one is in hospital, um, it makes one remember that very well, that one is still alive, although it might not be true of all. So this is a generalization, but I'm risking this generalization. Um, so I just want to say that contrary to my expectations, I believe, my initial expectations, I believe I'll be able to write. So I hope I will write some more. Today I have completed, no, not I have completed, not the Scientology language. Scientology language is out. The Scientology language is out, which I have said in the Scientology language. So there's a bit of problem with me because actually Scientology was very, very, the way I took Scientology was very coherent with my thinking on the whole. So this is, this, as it's put in Scientology, this joy of discovery. Oh, that's what I believe, which is expected from the newcomers, neophytes. Anyway, it's been 20 years, and actually I was wondering whether I should spend some time on studying the Valentia Minister book to complete the course I started 20 years ago or not. But Scientology brand is very strong. And I don't quite like the style. I was strong in my own style in Scientology, I believe, but then it has become so dominant that I created my write-up of all the chapters of the Scientology handbook for my Forest Society. So the things that I want to study, which should make me free from the impact of Scientology, should it be illegal. it's not that I'm not able to reach for Scientology, quite the reverse. I don't think I'll be studying it because there are so many things that I need to study, and there are so many interests and so many directions, or just huge areas I want to get to know. Currently, it's history. I have started reading History of Poland. Finally, I have been trying a few times. I have been trying for years. I have started a few times, but somehow I have never carried it out really. And this is very important for my poetic drama right now, which I have finished today. The second part. I have finished the second part of the fifth part, Darkness, and it's so funny because it ends with new romantics in the hut near a cemetery. And they have already said those huge words. They have already created the ontology, so to say, by the use of the word, and they have become a certain circle, I believe, which is bound by an oath, but a kind of oath in the credo, the powerful word that they use to admit they are going to believe in that religion, and what comes next. So there was this question, so what shall we do? Actually, what shall we do to have this new religion alive? And I've been thinking of it. I thought, oh my God, I must study this and that and that and that and that, and it's been going on for weeks. So I thought that I was stuck at this question for I don't know how long before because you have to study all those 6 sacred books, and you have to do so many other things, and oh my God, but when I put something there, it's binding now, and it's binding in this different world, in the spiritual world. And finally today the thought surfaced that the good answer is good, or goodness, in Polish dobro. So this is what this is what we will be doing. As I said, there are, but I said in Polish there are 11 new romantics, actually 12, because I am the originator, Agnieszka Bata, Magdalena Rojek. And this is what happens in the fifth part. I am becoming obvious in the fifth part, because there is Agnieszka Bata, Magdalena Rojek there. So it's obvious that this is the virgin about whom the whole drama is. And this is me and my mother. Basically, the weight of my mother is heavier, I believe. But I am more of the active, how to put it, active part of this new creation. So of course the creation depends on what's been going on in my life. I thought it would be something different. Now I am stuck because I wanted to write something for Christmas, and basically after what we have gone through, when I think of Christmas, I think of all the children that were killed instead of Jesus, because of the birth of Jesus. So again, this is evil, and there are serious moral questions. So this is the stage where my faith, if you reduce it to Christianity, undergoes heavy, um, heavy challenges, but I see how it all develops. Anyway, I just want to say that it does not mean that I will not study, because I think it's obvious to all the people who had known me, because it is obvious that Agnieszka, Beata, Magdalena Rojek will be learning and studying all her life. It had never been otherwise. So you don't change something that is so essentially yours. Um, and also, with all the enmity created and atrocities committed, I'm still about those things that have been important for me. So basically, with so many enemies, I need to take off this security protection, which tells you, well, you don't learn Russian because it's the language of your enemies. For should I think of it as a policy, and there would be nothing left really. So I'm not. I'm not learning. Oh, you can be confused by what I have posted on my Facebook account. I'm not learning English now. I'm learning Russian, but I'm going to really master my English with the study of literature. So this is the level at which I'm going to resume learning my English after all. But it's very difficult after all I have gone through. It's difficult for physical reasons, reaching the dictionary, opening the dictionary, putting it down, writing it down, because this is the way I do it. And I take it as better than the Scientology study tech, because I know where I have reached and whom I have become thanks to my methods of study. Of course, the Scientology tech may create a surplus, but these are the basics for me, and this is a totally different school. So I'm going to learn French finally, and do not connect it with whatsoever sexual environments and associations. These are out. And I'm also going to reach for my other languages. Russian, of course, is also still on the top of the list. I'm going to learn the history of Poland. I mean, just not learn it really. I'm going to read about it. I have just started, and I already have 3 things that matter for my poetic drama, as far as the person of, I don't know the English name, Bolesław Chrobry goes. Bolesław Chrobry and his reign. And it's been just a start, the first book. So I'm glad. I think I'm going to understand it. I'm going to understand how the monarchs were creating the kingdoms and cultures, but also what evil they have created. I mean, what had finally, how come that they lost the God's blessing? Yeah, I guess we can put it this way. But we also know the rule of the people. So how bad is that? So I believe that democracy is over, and not to mention other forms. I mean, communism is taking over, but democracy is over because of the things that people have done. And this is the price you pay for the evil. Finally, you will be gone, and that's all. So don't put it, and when I say it, you try to make it Putin, and it's not Putin, it's all of you. what you have participated in. This is Josef Tischner on evil, but the participation. Fortunately, I have not participated in it. I just I gave. I just pinpointed the verdicts, the moral verdicts that basically where you have arrived, how low you have gone. And this basically means I'm going to continue my life as I have been living it all my life. So I don't want any misunderstandings here. This recording has become so not nice, but it's quite an important issue. I believe Zelensky is a far worse evil than Putin, and he has proved it. Agnieszka Bata, Magdalena Rojek. Well, of course, literature and all those things, philosophy. I mean, I'm going to continue my life. What is really left of it? Oh yeah, and I'm going to continue. I mean, I'll be creating my world, and I'm also creating it in my poetic drama with love. My idea of love. Agnieszka Bata, Magdalena Rojek. Yeah, and I would always say thank you for your attention. So perhaps I should say it, or perhaps I should not, because if you used the possibility for destroying me or my parents, then I have nothing to thank you for.